Hi guys, I'm Dennis again. Let's talk. First of all, before I dive on the topic of today, let me just first urge you guys to subscribe to my channel. And I also have a company called Unique to Business Solutions. I urge you guys to subscribe to Unique to Business Solutions. I have a YouTube channel, and I also have social. We also on social media platform. Kindly just follow us. We do property sales and also web and software development. But that's not the reason I'm here today. It's something I want to share with us Kenyans. People are going through a lot, and that's a fact. And in fact, it's very costly to do business in this country today. I started a company, but now I'm like experiencing. I'm going to like the company is going through a lot because it needs finances. I've approached several people to be able to fund it, but to no avail. And then I'm asking myself, if at all this is what I'm experiencing as an individual in terms of trying to push a company in such an unconducive environment, then what are the already established companies going through? Because we can see most of them are closing down. We are fully aware, we are fully cognizant of that. They are closing down. People are losing jobs. In fact, people are unable to fend for themselves. People are being thrown out from their own houses. And then I'm asking myself, is this life worth and for how long? The government keeps on giving us promises, things are going to be better. And the worst thing is that we've been always siding with what? Opposition. Little do we know that these people were more focused on their personal interests. And if at all I have to take you back a little bit, you can, 207, how many people lost their lives? People lost their lives thinking that it was for a certain cause. People were killed, mayhem. Why? Because we had some people with their own personal selfish interests. They wanted to offer an alternative. Kibaki was a good president. Everyone can attest to that. Everyone can attest to that. In fact, he's one of the best we've ever had as a country. But because of some individuals who are very greedy and egocentric, they thought now they are the only ones who can give an alternative. Mark you, they were only more focused on their personal interests. And that's exactly what we've been protecting in all this regime. These people are always complaining. And I'm going to be bold enough to speak about that. I'll not fail to mention his name, Raila. He's messed up this country. Baby Pendo. People like families lost their loved ones. This guy didn't even offer them anything. When opportunities present themselves, they consider their own family members. For how long are we going to tolerate all this nonsense? We've suffered as a country, and unless we wake up to protect ourselves, we are messing up the posterity. This country is totally being messed up. Just yesterday, I guess we all cognizant of that we had people who are in oppositions who are really yapping, talking all sorts of mannerism against what the current regime or the current government, talking ill about the current regime. But the moment they were given an opportunity to also be part of the same system, they are giving all sorts of praises. It's in the public domain. We all are fully aware of that. We are fully cognizant of that. Yeah. It's so painful. It's so painful when we try to fight for a cause to protect, liberate this country. We have people who are going to hijack the process for their own personal interest. We didn't want these people to be part of the movement. They came, messed up the movement, gain whatever they gained. We are still miserable. struggling on our own. No one is willing to listen to us. And even we have some people who are some leaders that are held with high esteem, going going to media, talking nonsense, blabbing nonsense that this person is going to win an election in the morning. What are you saying, bro? And I'm also not going. I'll not fail to mention his name, Atuoni. He made predictions the last before the last election. You know exactly what happened. He's now making another predictions. I don't know if at all he's been noble paid to spread propaganda just to cut off some people from contesting for the same. Where we are as a country, we not even focus on people who have funds or who have money to be to campaign to deceive us the way they've already done. We want someone who has integrity, someone to someone who has the interest of this country at heart. We no longer focus on how much that person has. As long as he's going to deliver and is going to be answerable to us, that's the direction we're supposed to go. Huru government wasn't good either. We only just because this government is more worse than the other, but we've experienced the same thing. The looting, the massive looting that was happening in that government is the same that is happening in this country, in this government. So trying to poach leaders from that government and presenting them to be to champion for or to be an alternative for the next election. That's just like I don't know. You want to like use the same people, the same rotten eggs. Companies are closing down. People are losing jobs on a daily basis. All we hear from this government just promises. For how long? For how long should we give this person to be able to perform? And more so, he's also turned a deaf ear on us. He's not willing to listen to us. We can't, because they're trying to compare us with US. That US is the most taxed and people are very comfortable. But have you considered how the minimum wage or the minimum salary people get there? Even when money is in circulation, even if you're going to tax people and they can still afford and still have more disposable income to invest and save, that makes sense. But you want to overtax a country where people are jobless, dependence ratio is up on the roof, and then you want to give us all, all those manner of gimmicks that we should buy all those nonsense. To what end? Politicians have messed this country. And all those ones who are really parading themselves outside there, trying to offer alternative, we don't need them. We need new blood. We need new people. People who have what best of interest for this country. We need good people. We need people who have integrity. There are many appointments going on. Yes, people have been shortlisted. I don't know which procedure the government uses to be able to employ people. Bro, we also part of this country. We also stakeholders. We've gone to school. We have papers. And what annoys more is that just recently there's someone who was being who was what who was who was earning out of fake papers for a very long period of time. So that only that means what that means is that we have many others who really are earning or have benefited from our own taxes with fake papers. Majority of them are in public sector, and that's a fact. You want to deny someone who's deserving to give a job to someone because of tribalism and all that, nepotism and all that nonsense. In fact, what devolution has done is devolved corruption. There's too much nepotism in those county governments. There's no transparent. There's no transparency in terms of recruiting. So your parents have gone through a lot. They have sold whatever assets you had to see you through education, so that you can come back and be useful to them. But now you come back to be a liability. How do we intend to solve? How do we intend to solve all these issues that are affecting this country? First of all, unemployment rate. How do we solve when we are already destroying whatever that is there? Companies, industries, all have gone down. In fact, when I was still a child, you can remember people offers you are given then, and as compared to now. Now someone can be employed. There's no what transport allowance. There's no house allowance. There's no hardship allowance. There are no all those allowances, because we have rogue employers who've taken advantage because of the system, where the system that is so corrupt. Foreigners have more rights than us in our own countries. In fact, you want to access a loan somewhere in a bank, you are denied. You are a Kenyan, and you also have a business proposal which is viable, but these people are not willing to give you funds, because I don't know. And yet you've been banking with these people for a very long time. You don't deserve. Don't you deserve also a loan from those? What's the essence? Why should I bank with you people when you want to just benefit from me, but you don't want me to benefit from you? Foreigners are given the opportunity, are given loans. Foreigners are given loans. That means foreigners have more rights than us in our own country. You can imagine, because we have politicians who are pocketing, politicians who are being noble. The government should also regulate the minimum wage, the minimum salary people are supposed to be paid. People are paid peanuts. People living like paupers. Now, people, like, the way things are unfolding is like majority of us are becoming beggars in our own country. This country is no longer sustainable and conducive. People just want to go out of this country. If you are going to, all of us run out of this country, then who is going to be left? Are we going to just still bank on the same leaders that we have to run this country? Then that means we will not have a country in the next 2-3 years. The government has failed. Politicians have failed us. In fact, we should look some other directions. Politicians, all those people that have been there, we have to end the status quo. We have to end all this. All those faces we've been seeing on the televisions and everywhere, that they're just yapping, blabbing nonsense. We have to send them home. They have failed. They cannot, they won't, they will never be a solution to this country. Their ideas, whatever ideas they had, are no longer applicable. Those ideas were then. This is, in fact, we living in an era, or in an era where even the business environment has evolved. Everything tech has taken over. Young kids, the young generations are the ones who are good at this. But now, because of the status quo, people want to maintain the status quo because they fear they'll lose their jobs if at all they're going to embrace technology. And that's why things are done in analog way. You applied an ID with your fingerprints. You still go for a passport. They are still requesting you for the same. Why can't we have a system that is synergist, where the process like is just a click away? They took your fingerprints. That is somewhere in the system. It can be accessed. It can be accessible anywhere. That is if these young generations, these young people are given a chance to be able to change how things are done, and also to speed up the process so that we can also be competitive as compared to the counterparts. Tanzania is doing well, but mark you, this country produces the best in terms of, we have the best elite in the world. Our our education system is the best, but now the problem is we live in a country where the moment you step out of campus, bills come knocking. Everyone is on your case. They need your support. You don't even get time to even focus, even define your goal, where you're supposed to head. So the the you know the innovative part is killed. So you will focus on innovating something, or you'll have to focus on your life and on how to survive. That's what is killing. M-Pesa was, whoever came up with the idea of the M-Pesa was still in school. But the moment he stepped out, I don't know. We lost it. We lost track of him. I don't know where he is. Lost somewhere. I don't know if the person is employed or something. But such a mind. If at all we have a system or a government that is so supporting, I think we could have had many invention. But the environment where we grow in, the environment, the society we live in, does not guarantee that. So, in short and in summary, this is the only country we know as our home. It is our responsibility, our collective responsibility, to fight and protect this country. We rather die for a cause than die as cowards somewhere. You're dying of hunger because the government is not producing the avenue to do that. We have to come out. We have to uh, we have to fight and protect the posterity before it's too late. This is only time we have to wake up, lest we regret. Let's come all together as one and fight and protect and defend this country from the vermins, from the egocentric, from the selfish vermins who ripped this country apart. Let's come together and fight.